Yep, we here. Oh man, we gonna be brief and we gonna talk about it. Great day for my members, right? For all the members, we had a great effing day, right? Pretty much all the games that people thought was supposed to turn out the way they thought it was going to happen, it didn't. There was a lot of games I said what was going to happen, right? I said what was going to happen in today's games, right? On the Pick'em show. We're going to get to my pick on Lobo's Pick'em show of, that Jets and Bengals game on what I said. And when I looked at the playback, I actually did make a mistake. But it is what it is. They already have me on record saying it. But like what I actually went with and what I actually told you guys to bet on, that was the true pick, and I tried to tell y'all what was going to happen. Even before the announcement that was Eric Mangold died, first off, I mean, do we got to talk about that game? We're going to get into that game. But like before we get into it, members, shout out to the members. We had a nice weekend, right? We had we had a nice weekend, so to say. Not like we never had it before, but I was so confident that it was going to turn out this way, right? And I kind of feel messed up because I didn't give the members the Green Bay pick. That was a personal game that I felt, right? I should have gave them that. That was like one of the games that I really felt was going to hit. For real. It ended up hitting. I still bet it on my own, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are not dumb. You smart. You probably was on the Packers too. Matter of fact, it was a couple of y'all that wasn't the Packers. How I know is because most of y'all hit me up from via Twitter, via text. You hit me up. Who you got on that primetime game? Packers. I know you guys felt Packers too. You got paid. That's what I like. Shout out to all y'all. We had a perfect weekend. College, we did our thing. Right? Texas, and if you did Texas in the in-play as well, you was very smart for that. Because I also tell people, let me tell y'all something, whenever I give picks and it's a -2 something pick, I hope sometimes you'll be smart enough to parlay that with something or look for the in-play. I love me some in-play. I love in-play. You wait for the other team to score and that -2 something can drop down. Or now you can get them at a -130, 140, maybe a 120. Shit, even plus money depending on what it is. And then you pound it, boom, and you win. Ain't nothing else to talk about. So Texas Texas A&M. Texas A&M. I try to tell people what was going to happen to LSU. LSU had no chance. They have to lose so they can be put out of the rankings. People, none of this is real, like we always say. This that was a guarantee. It doesn't matter if they played in Death Valley LSU now. To top it off, to start the topic of the show, LSU was 4-0 at home, right? LSU was 4-0 prior going into that game last night, and guess what happened, right? They lost. So they went from 4-0 to being what? The chat. Let me hear the chat say it. LSU was 4-0 at home prior to last night's game, and then they lost. Right? So they was 4-0 prior to last night's game. Now they become what? Please, somebody in the chat, say it. Come on now. Stop playing with me. Y'all know the topic of the show. They was 4-0 prior to last night's game. They go against Texas A&M. And what happens? And what becomes their new record at home? 4-1. Floyd Heavyweather in the building. I love cranberry juice. Nice and healthy. Nice and healthy with ice in it. Y'all hear it? It's that good old cranberry juice. Right? They become 4-1, y'all. 4-1 at home. Not their overall record, but 4-0. I saw that gem. I had to take that. I'm telling y'all. NFL, no, football, or all sports, right? But you see it a lot in NFL, but you can see it in other sports too. You just got to pay attention to the certain stats, certain hidden gems, right? Yes, the NFL loves number 14. College loves number 14 too. You guys don't see the pattern by now? Number 14. Now, listen, everything is just not going to be straight up 1-4 or 4-1, right? You got to pay attention to also the 27, because 2 times 7 is going to give you 14. There's certain ways they're hiding it, people. It's all hidden in the numbers. And that's what happened in today's game with the Jets and the Bengals. Now, I said the Jets was going to win prior. What was going to happen prior to I guess today's death, right? Because what did I say? I said the NFL, even all sports, has a pattern with the 7 streak, right? Whenever a team has a losing streak of 7, or whenever a team has a winning streak of 7, when they go into their 8th game, what usually happens? The team that's on a winning streak of 7 usually loses the 8th game. The team that's on the losing streak of 7, they usually win the 8th. They usually win the 8th game. I've been studying that for a while now. For some reason, I don't know. I call it the Josh Allen. That's what I call it, because he's number 17. You get it, right? But yes, Kelly got fired. They let him know what they're gonna dismiss him. They're not moving on with the contract, right? So I think he's gonna play the rest. He's gonna play out the rest of the season, right? And they have no chance, no plans of bringing him back, something like that. But yeah, it is. It is what it is, right? The number 14 is what you guys need to pay attention to. A whole lot. They always give people clues in these numbers. It's always clues in the numbers, people. Always. And that's what you guys, that's what I want you to understand. Always. Right? Let's start off with that whole the Jets, right? Today's game with the Jets. Tried to tell y'all. Hey, let's go through it. Let's go through it. Make sure I pull it up for you correctly. All right, you see here, right? Make it a little close. Let's make it a little bigger. Let's make it a little bigger. Oh man, why? I see it's cut off a little bit, right? All right, I'm gonna fix that right now for you. I'm gonna fix that right now, right now. Relax. I got y'all right now. We're gonna fix that because I want you guys to see this. Boom, boom, boom. All right, we good now. We good now, right? We good now. So you right? So you guys see, right? Nick Manigault, the former Jets center, dies at what age, y'all? As you see on the screen. He dies at what age? You see it right. 41. 41. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So look, 41. You guys see that, right? There goes that 14 again. But I mean, you know, okay, former New York Jets center Nick Manigault, a franchise legend who in what is it? Who endeared himself, I'm sorry, I can't see himself to fans and teammates with his blue collar everyman demeanor. He died due to complications from kidney disease. The team announced Sunday, aka today. He was 41. Ironically, he dies with the 1 and the 4, the 4 and the 1, however you see it, right? Now, I'm telling you guys, there's always a pattern. For those that's new to the channel, right? We're gonna quickly go through how, you know, the other 4-1s that we've been talking about for weeks. But I just need you guys to understand it's a whole pattern here with the 4 and the 1 and the 1 and the 4. And I keep trying to tell you that. I was telling you guys that before the actual season started, before kickoff, if anybody paid attention. But I understand it was in the beginning, so you wouldn't quite understand what I was trying to tell y'all. I've been on this whole 14 shit for the longest. But you know it's so crazy. So I know I saw something else about 14, right? I think that's when, okay, yeah, on October 14th, Mangold announced that he was diagnosed in 2006 with a rare genetic disorder, and that he was undergoing kidney dialysis. We can stop right there. You guys get the picture. So on October 14th, which was 12 days ago, right? 12 days ago. And I find it funny. He's announced that he passed away today, but when he announced the whole sickness was October 14th. They go that 1-4. Right? But it happened to be 12 days ago, which brings us back to what number? What's the other number that we always talking of? What that we always talk about? It happened 12 days ago. The good old 3. The good old 3. Right? The good old 3. It's not about the 3 though. Even though, you know, so crazy, the 4 and the 1, you never know. If you take away 4, take away 1, we still get the 3. So some way they always find a way to bring it back to the 3, right? Yeah, of course. But this is 1 and 4. And I just want you guys to know, any and everybody that's watching, just keep an eye on the 1-4 from here on out. Maybe now y'all believe me about it, right? Pay attention. Now, I'm not saying hurt your brain and look super hard and try to look for things and all that. But what I'm saying is once you see it appear, just know there's some funny business going on. This been going on with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, Mr. Number 14. And that's funny. That's Charlie Kirk's birthday, 14, right? I'm just saying though, with him, I was 14. I'm just running a couple of things off my head, you know. Shit, when I started to know something was kind of fishy, it was in the NBA finals, right? The NBA finals, you had the OKC Thunder, which was number 1, against the Indiana Pacers, which was number 4. Y'all forgot about that, right? I bet you did. I bet you did forget about that. So you got the 4 and the 1, the 1 and the 4, however you want to look at it, right? Y'all know my whole thing about the shooter, Shane Tamaru, that came here in New York from Las Vegas, right, to pay a visit to the NFL headquarters, or one of the NFL building, not building, but yeah, the NFL headquarters here in New York, right? He happened to be on what, the NFL headquarters is on it's on the 5th floor, by the way, too. But there go that you can involve the 4 and 1 with that, right? But then suddenly he ends up on a wrong floor. He ends up on the 33rd. There goes that 33rd shit again. You know how the NFL loves to do 33, right? But the thing was, he played football himself. He was number 5. I find that funny. But also, but also he was 27 years of age. 27 years of age. Yeah. Y'all know what that is, right? 2 times 7 is what? 14. So if everybody paying attention, you understand what I'm saying. And yes, I hear what you guys are saying. Yeah, Justin Fields. First off, they was on a 7-game losing streak with Justin Fields. Justin Fields happened to be number 7. That's how I knew something was up for today too. Number 7, and then Mangold was a what? He was a 7-time. For some reason the 7 pops up because he was a 7-time Pro Bowler. Right? They make sure they said that. And you know what's so you want to know what's so funny? Right? Check this out, y'all. I bet y'all don't even realize this. What was the score? What was the score in today's game between the Jets and the Bengals? Now, people in the chat, this is what I want you guys. I want you guys to answer this one. What was the score? Let me see the first person. Who's going to be the first person to put it in the chat? The Jets versus the Bengals. What was the score? Just so y'all know I'm not bugging. Come on. Come on. Come on now. Chat, y'all taking too long, right? What was the score on the Jets? There you go. There you go. There you go, B. 39-38. Yeah. I see y'all starting to put it in now, right? 39-38. Now, if you add 39 and you add 38, what do y'all get? This little math test I'm giving all y'all. What do y'all get? I'm having fun with this. For everybody that's not watching the chat, I'm giving them a little test. And if y'all watching too, answer these questions. I gotta give y'all this test. Just so y'all know I'm not bugging. It was 39-38, yeah, right? If you add that up, what number do you get? This shit crazy. It's some wild shit. If you add 39 and you add 38, what do you get? That's right. Yep. That's right. That's right, Fernie. Yeah. 77. That's right, y'all. Yep. Yep. I see you, P. I'm saying KP. Yeah. 77. Yep. Yep. I see you leak 7. Yeah. 77. That equals 14. 7 plus 7 is 14. B. Seven plus 7 is 14.
Are you fucking serious?
Do y'all believe me now? Do y'all believe me now? Do y'all? everything comes down to the 1 and the 4. The 17. I'm sorry, the 14. I'm not saying none of this to be saying any of it just to be saying it. I'm not making it up. You got if listen, you guys can see it. It's right in front of y'all. It's right in front of y'all. 14. There's no way that these sport leagues, because the NFL tends to do it a lot too, can be so spot on that they always get the same number when it comes to everything. It could be the score, it can be deaths, right? It could be something dealing with a contract, right? It could be something dealing with stats that they make a big deal out of, and they always make sure they put it on the screen. Why do we always not 100% of the time, but why do we always get the number 14 popping up on so much of y'all business? I mentioned something about the Sam Darnold go to the Super Bowl. Is it going to be his year, man? I ain't say when, but to go. Y'all know I did videos in Sam Darnold 2-3 times already, or something like that. I spoke about the whole I mean, this is for the new people too, right? I spoke about there's been videos about the number 14 that they just talking about. A former football player from the Seattle Seahawks happened to have his 14th child, and they make a big deal about it. They never made a big deal about his 13th child, his 12th child, 10th child, 11th child. Never did that. But this year happens to have 14, and they make a big deal out of it. Seriously? You can't be serious.
Are you fucking serious?
14, y'all. Which brings me to, I've said this plenty of times. For those asking me, be fire, who do you think is going to the Super Bowl? I have who I want to see in the Super Bowl. I've said it. Buccaneers or Seahawks is who I would like, but I'm riding with the as far as like being stern on my pick on who I think the NFL is gonna have in the Super Bowl. Could be this year or next year, one of these 2 years. I've said it plenty of times. I said it a couple years ago that I think it might be this might be the time. It'll be talks of them going. It was the Packers. I said that before Micah Parsons got there. I said, yo, this should be the year that they're supposed to go. This is or next year, especially being that this year and next year is going to be in the state of California, the Super Bowl that is. Right? I'm like, all right, Jordan Love, Cali guy, they'll have him probably playing, whatever, and he'll probably only win one Super Bowl or some shit like that because he can win in his home state. Right? But we'll see what happens. But I say all that to say I'm going to be paying attention. And this is like free game I'm giving y'all too. That's crazy. But you know what? I don't care. Because I'm not saying who's going to win. Right? But these are the teams I'm paying attention to, right? In the playoffs. The number 1 seed and the number 4 seed for both conferences. That's right. When it comes out, when the standings come out, whoever's number 1 on both seeds, whoever's number 4 on both seeds. I am paying attention to. More than likely, I'm gonna pay attention to the number 4 seed more than the number 1 seed. Obviously, the number 1 I'm gonna be paying attention to, but my eyes on possibly raising a trophy. It will probably be a number 4 seed. I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is me saying it without even knowing who's going. And you know what's so risky about that? There's a lot of teams y'all know I don't rock with. There's a lot of teams who I tell y'all I don't think they ever gonna win a Super Bowl. Y'all hear me say that all the time. So I was just thinking to myself, what if the Lions end up a 4 seed? You get what I'm saying? Just certain teams. What if Buffalo Bills end up a 4 seed? I still gotta stick with it, right? Sucks. What the 1 and the 4 I'm gonna be paying attention to, but I'm also gonna have my eyes on the number 5 seed. Because the 4 and the 1 obviously equal 5. But that 4 and the 1's so crazy. I even said shit. Even the WNBA deals with the 4. That's why I say I pay attention to 4 more than the number 1. Shit, what's her name? Asia Wilson. What's her number? 22. They made sure they won that championship. What's good, bud? What's good, bud? I'm drinking cranberry juice, pure cranberry juice with ice. I love it. Trying to stay healthy, trying to stay that way. But yeah, the 1 and the 4 we really have to pay attention to. Worst case scenario, you can pay attention to a 2 and a 7, right? You can pay attention to you can do that. You can do it. You can. Just in case. A little something pop up. Right? But pay that attention. Shit, with the Toronto Blue Jays, Guerrero Jr., shit, they even made sure they put they even made sure they put a 14 in the World Series. His number 27. He's number 27. And look, they got him in the Super Bowl. It's not Super Bowl. The World Series. Yeah, people. I just wanted to speak to y'all about that. I don't want y'all to think I'm bugging. Yo, cranberry juice is underrated. I'd be trying to tell people they gotta give it a little chance, and it's healthy for you. They gotta give it a chance. You know what it is, Dud? When you put that ice in it, well, for me at least, right? When you put that good old ice in it, and sometimes I'll take pure lemon juice or pure wine juice and put a little bit in there. Oh, bro, that shit fire.
Are you fucking serious?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I see it. Mark says, I won a lot today on the Jets number 7 quarterback. That's what he said, on the Jets number 7 quarterback. And we all know who that is, Justin Fields. Listen, for all you guys that watch, for all you guys that support me, for all you guys that just rock with me, I just want to say this. Right? I don't want to persuade you to anything with sports. But I want to drop the knowledge so you guys can take advantage and win some. That's all. I just want to see you guys win. I want to drop the information. Because listen, the books, the books been taking y'all money long enough. They've been taking all of our money long enough. Not even the books, the leagues have been. So my thing is, listen, whenever we see something, take advantage of it. That's all I want to see y'all do. Take advantage, get that win. Because it's there. They giving you the clues. It's just all about what you do with it. Some people don't pay it attention. It goes right over your head. That's why I said if you're gonna sit down and watch a game with me, if any one of you guys we was together and we was sitting down watching the game, I'm gonna be noticing and talking about things that you probably wouldn't even talk about. You're probably gonna wonder what is he talking about? Like why? I look at certain things. I'm not someone that just looks at the game. Like, oh, okay, yeah, it's football. Listen, no, I'm paying attention. I'm in production, right? I'm in production. Something I do for a living, right? One of the things I do for a living. I'm gonna pay attention to certain things that you guys are not, like camera angles, certain camera angles, who they have the camera on, because I know there's a production room when it comes to broadcasting. Whenever you're broadcasting things live, there's somebody saying what camera to hit. All the guys that's dealing with the cameras, they don't just figure out themselves which cameras they want to show. No, there's gonna be a director saying camera one. Or camera two. Let me not say camera one, camera A. Now go to camera D, camera C. Go back to A. It's a production. So why are you showing that? It's a reason to be showing that. When they be showing certain jersey numbers, right? When the clock stops at certain times, I just look at things differently. When I see a pattern of something that's just like, because the pattern comes here, just that quick, I start to say, I don't know. I got to pay attention to that. And that's the reason why I've been paying attention to the number 14. You haven't heard that nowhere. Nobody has been talking about the number 14. I'm telling y'all. I've been noticing it for a while. The number 14 is there and here for a reason, right? Even if we didn't get a number 14 seed, like 1 versus 4 or 4 versus 1, let's say we don't get that. Best believe the number 14 is going to be involved some way. I'll say this: if I don't see a 1 versus 4 or 4 versus 1 seed in the Super Bowl, I'm gonna bet, I'm gonna pay attention to the spread. I'm gonna try to take a guess that somebody wins by 14, right? What's that? 2 touchdowns with the 2 extra points, right? I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm just saying though, like, I'm gonna pay attention to somebody losing by 14, right? So that's, you take one of them prop bets from what such and such team to win by 11 to 20 points. You guys know what I mean. If you bet, you could take that. If you could take a spread with the team that you think is gonna win, if the spread is minus, I don't know, 6.5 or minus 7.5 or some shit like that, you should take that because they'll probably win by 14. You know, just little things like that. The number 14 is going to come in the Super Bowl some way, somehow. It could be 2 jersey numbers combined. Something's going to deal with 14, and I want you guys to take advantage of it. But when it's time to meet that road, we'll meet that road. But right now, we can't do it because we just need to know what the matchup is going to be. But 14 will be involved. And I will be here to answer y'all questions as soon as the playoffs start. Just want y'all to pay attention to it. All of y'all. And if you miss it, I got you. I got you. Right? You know what? What the fuck I keep trying to tell, what I try to tell y'all about the Texans and the 49ers? Well, no, it was on Lobo's show. I'm sorry. It was on Lobo's show. I told people the Texans are going to beat the San Francisco 49ers. Mac Jones had his fun. And what did I say on the last show, right? Mac Jones had his fun. And guess what? Mac Jones got paid $400,000 or something for reaching his quota in amount of games he took a snap for. Some shit like that, right? And guess what? Guess what his record was? He ended up starting how many games? Mac Jones started 5 games, y'all. Right? For those that missed the last show, or whenever I said the show 2 shows ago or last show, whatever. Mac Jones started 5 games. For anyone out there that missed what I said last time, what was his record in those 5 games he played prior to today? What was his record prior to today on the 5 games he started? Take a lucky guess, y'all. Take a guess. Mac Jones. That's right, Cactus Jack. 4-1. How you like me now? 4-1. Mac Jones went 4-1. That's right. There go that 14 again. Or that 41, however you want to look at it. 4-1. So I said, there's absolutely no chance the 49ers win next week, which was today. First and foremost, if the Texans is so quote unquote bad, that's why I said I don't believe in any bad team in the NFL. It's all about who they want to make bad. It's all about who they want to make bad. There's really no good team and there's really no bad team in the NFL. It's all a script, people. I'm sorry, I may not want to hear it, but it's all a script. There's no good team and there's no bad team. It's whoever has to be bad and whoever has to be good according to the script. That's how I feel. Right? Because if the Texans was so bad and the 49ers was so good, first and foremost, for number one, even though the Texans was home, that don't even matter. Why were they 2.5 favorites? Because if they still bad, they should be home underdogs. Yeah. Mark Horse. Yeah, Dodgers told my last night, right? The Dodgers beat the Blue Jays by 4. A 4 is everywhere, right? 1-4 or the 4 alone. It's everywhere. Right? But as far as the Texans though, right? If the Texans was that bad, why would the 49ers be underdogs? Because they're so much better, right? No matter who their quarterback is, it could be Brock Purdy or it can be Mac Jones, right? If they're so good, they should have been home. No, they should have been road favorites. That's what they should have been. 49ers should have been road favorites, but they wasn't. I find that funny. They were still underdogs. So you would think that this is a free gift. This happens to be a free gift. Let's take the 49ers. We can get them as underdogs. That right there was the biggest trap for me. I saw that. It was a line trick. That trick was so. I'm gonna give you the 40. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the 49ers as underdogs. For what reason? Please don't say anything about the quarterback because the 49ers, quote unquote, have been having success with either one of those quarterbacks, right? So we can't say that, right? George Kittle was playing, wasn't injured, right? 49ers got a winning record, right? Why are they home? Why are they road favorites? Dead giveaway. You understand? Pay attention to these fours. Too, by the way, yes. Right? There's no way the Texans was losing that game. I'm just saying that game. The 49ers are about to me, they're about to struggle. And what I mean by that is, are they gonna go on a super losing streak? I didn't say all that. Are they going on a super winning streak? I'm not saying that at all either. What I'm saying by a struggle, they are gonna it's gonna be one of those win, lose, probably win, then lose. You know, we're about to hit the second half of the season after next week, right? After next week, we're gonna hit the second half of the season. But it's going to be one of those win, lose. You know, it's going to be one of those type of things. But I don't see the 49ers just having the crazy success. The Super Bowl's in San Francisco this year, so you got to make it interesting. I mean, come on, people, let's be for real. But just to think that they're going to no, the NFL has a role for them. Their role is always going to be their role. That's what it is. They're losers. So I got the Texans. Shout out to y'all that took that. That was a lock. That was, to me, it was a guarantee. It is what it is, man. And I try to tell people, take them Texans. 49ers are frauds. Usually I know when to touch the 49ers and when to go against the 49ers. It's usually a dead giveaway. The books usually let me stop saying the books, but the league themselves, they usually know when to give us that gift when it comes to the 49ers. Now, real quick, this is gonna take like a minute or so. Not even a minute or so, maybe 3, right? I try to tell y'all there was a couple of shows back, couple of weeks back about the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens, right? For some reason, and I said this, don't just jump off the high horse so quick. Right? Remember that show? I did a show on the Ravens themselves, basically kind of telling you guys, be careful. Because it might be a script, right? That they're gonna make things interesting with the Ravens. So what's gonna have to happen is, okay, if the Ravens is going on a losing streak, right? Because of Lamar, best believe that everybody else in the conference ain't gonna do so well either. They're gonna be, they're gonna be so. Yeah, they win and then lose and then win, lose, right? And you got the Steelers, the Bengals, and the Browns. It's gonna be happening to those teams enough to the point where the Ravens can make somewhat of a comeback. Now, am I saying that they're definitely gonna make it to the playoffs? I'm not saying all that, right? But fighting, they can be that number 8 seed, fighting to get that 7 seed or some shit like that. They're probably gonna make it interesting for them in time for Lamar. Why don't people understand this?
Are you fucking serious?
They might get that 7 seed because let's just stick with 7 seed because the Steelers is still on top of that conference, of that division. I'm sorry, right? So let's just say they're fighting for a wild card because they are bad, right? But you got to understand, they can win. So I think he's supposed to be coming back. The Ravens play on Thursday, right? Right. Well, the next game he's supposed to come back, and we gonna see how interesting it becomes. Now this is the second half of the season. After next week, that's when things get real spicy. I try to tell y'all, don't get so hype about the first seed, not the first seed, the first half of the season. Got to be careful. Let's see what the second half does. You may have the teams you rock with and you betting with, of course, but just still be careful. Don't get your hopes up. Don't make it interesting for Lamar and them. What's the show? I showed the odds for y'all, right? It's the same thing I did with the Chiefs, right? Are the Chiefs gonna have a down year, or something like that? Y'all remember if y'all go into that live? No, I don't know if it was that live. No, I don't think it was that live. I think it was another live, but I put up the odds, letting you guys know, yo, are you sure you don't want to take these odds? It was for them to make the playoffs, for them to go to this the AFC Championship, and for them to win the Super Bowl. I think I showed those three odds, and I try to tell people, y'all sure y'all don't want to take any one of these? Yeah, I know I don't rock with no Chiefs, but I'm just saying, just in general, you can probably take advantage of it. Don't just write them off. Even though I said I think this is going to be a struggle year, don't just write them like, you may want to take them if you can get some good odds. Well, I say now it brings me back to the Baltimore Ravens. It was the same thing. You guys sure you don't want to take the Baltimore to make the playoffs? You know what? Let's see right now. Right? I'm sitting there talking that, right? Let's see right now, y'all. Playoffs, right? Let's see where they got the Baltimore Ravens. How many of you guys is feeling risky to do this? There you go. Boom. Y'all see it? Right there. What that say? Baltimore Ravens, you can get a minus 118. That's to make the playoffs. Any of y'all rocking with that? I don't think y'all still believe it. It don't make me no difference that the Baltimore Ravens is not somebody I got my eye on. So unless, like I said, depending on what type of seed they get, we know what that is. I don't think they getting number one. But I'm just saying, as you guys can see, Baltimore Ravens is a minus 118. Right? So if you think about it, yeah, just like my man Noah said, they are favored to win the division. Do you guys see that? Baltimore Ravens out is actually favored to win that division. Let's see. Yeah, you guys see it right here. Baltimore Ravens is a minus 105. Pittsburgh Steelers, you can get at plus money. 170, 175. Cincinnati Bengals a plus 500, with the Cleveland Browns at a plus 3,000. You see? All right, listen, y'all. I'm covering this because I don't want to hear no complaints when playoffs start, y'all. From any single one of y'all. I don't want y'all coming on the live talking about I should have. Well, I'm showing you right now. Now, I'm not saying do it, but you should have did it. I'm just saying. Hold on. Okay. Okay. Eagles is not winning no back-to-back Super Bowl at all. You're bugging.
Are you fucking serious?
Eagles is not winning no championship, buddy. You crazy. That's not happening. Oh, well, we got that Eagles win today, though. That was one of the picks, so shout out to y'all. Eagles, Texans, Jets was that pick. For those that spoke to me personally, I said Packers. So basically, we cleaned house today, right? Along with college yesterday, it was a perfect day. Like swept it. So yeah, so anyway, it brings me back to the Ravens. Guys, like, come on now. Gotta pay attention to what's going on here. Everything's a setup. It was a setup. Maybe they want the Ravens to come back. You may want to pay that some attention. So yeah, I mean, nah, I don't think Houston Texans is taking it. I'm sitting there looking at no, that's just the conference. So I mean, come on. I need to know what the seeds is going to be. That's what I need to know. Now, let's get to what I want to talk about. I know what that is, right? What is it, B Fire? What is it that you want to talk about, you motherfucking New York Giants? Oh yeah, my fault. Before I get into what I was gonna say about the Ravens. The Ravens went against who today? They went against the Chicago Bears. Right? That's what I wanted to say. Real quick, y'all. Real quick. This is how you know the 1-4, because today's topic is the 1-4. This is how you know the 1-4 is true. Because somebody tell me what the Bears streak was. What did their streak end with today? And what was it before it started? Because it still ends up the same type of number, right? So their last 6 games, they end up 4-2 on their last 6 games, right? But they went on a 4-game win streak. So if I was to give you a test, what would that be on their last first 5 games and their last 5 games of the 6 games? I know it sounds confusing, right? But of the last 6 games, what was their record on their first 5? And also, what was their record on the last 5 of their last 6 games? I know it sounds confusing, right? But that's a nice math test I just got you guys. Well, you know what? Anyway, I'll just tell you. They was 4-1 technically. 1-4 and 4. Yeah, 1-4. Their last 6 games, basically. Because they had a 4-game win streak. But out of those last 6 games, 14, y'all. I'm saying all that to say there goes that 1-4 once again. For everybody watching, I just want y'all to understand what I'm saying. The 1-4. The NFL loves the 1-4. I'm not saying all this just to be saying it. I'm not talking just to be talking. I don't want you guys to, oh my God, what is he talking about? This guy is a conspiracy theorist.
Are you fucking serious?
You guys can't say I'm a conspiracy theorist. Everything is all, you gotta look at the patterns. It's just stupid patterns, right? Every team can't win a Super Bowl. Every team's not going to win a Super Bowl. But when it comes to certain streaks, there's patterns in it. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't touched that game. I'm not gonna sit there and say I won or whatever. I ain't touched that game. But I looked at it. I said, yeah, that Bears, that streak is kind of weird. That 1-4 in their last 5 games, and they play today. If they lose, it could still be the same way. 1-4 or 4-1. Let me stay out of it, and let me see what happens. I was right again. Mark says the Patriots will win 4 and then lose 1. I like that. And matter of fact, speaking of that, now this is a little gem, y'all. That's how much I rock and respect y'all. I could have kept that. This information about the 4-1. You know how much y'all could have cashed in if you would have took advantage of the 4-1s. Let me see something. Right? I'm about to let y'all know about it. Hold on. I'm about to let y'all know on a little something. There you go. Boom. Okay, all right. Well, no, we can't say that. We can't say that for right now. Because the New England Patriots is on a 5-game winning streak right now. They're on a 5-game winning streak. So the 4-1 really does nothing for them. It doesn't do anything for them right now. I don't really. I just think that they're gonna have them as just one of the hottest teams, regardless, and then they'll blow it somehow. Probably lose by 14 or something like that. But as far as streaks, we can't see that right now. We can't see that. But mm, depending on, I will be watching that game when they go against Atlanta. You know, Atlanta, New England, and for some reason, even though Tom Brady's not there, and Matt Ryan and all the players that played in that Super Bowl, even though they're not there. Expect that game to be exciting. Atlanta versus New England, and because nobody's going to look at that game as being exciting, and the NFL usually makes those type of games on purpose exciting. So I can see Atlanta and the Patriots being somewhat of an exciting game, maybe coming down to the wire, some shit like that, right? I don't know, but anyway, yeah, I just thought about something with the Patriots. Never mind, right? But that's what it is with the Bears, right? With the 4-1. So if you caught that, Mark says, what about streaks at home and away? No, that's very true. That's very true as well. That's what I don't know. Was you here on the top of the show when I spoke about LSU? Because that was one of the picks that I gave the members. The members know that I said Texas A&M to beat LSU. LSU in Louisiana, they call it Death Valley, right? And it's a lot of people say it's hard to win there, right? So they got a good reputation of winning there. So they was 4-0 at home. And yesterday's game was their 5th game at home against the number 3. There you know, the number 3 ranked Texas A&M. Texas A&M was playing in Death Valley last night. And I told people, I say, "Oh, that don't matter. They about to drop it. They not winning." Sure enough, Texas A&M does win the game. Now LSU becomes 4-1 at home. Just that easy. So anyway, to make a long story short with that, yes, home records, away records, depending on the teams or whatever, I do pay that attention as well. But just know this, y'all. I know if y'all end up seeing any type of pattern like this, just still don't go so crazy with it, right? Because it may work against you. Doesn't always work with you. So now let's see something. Nah, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got the Patriots thing. If I see something, I'll let you guys know. I just wanted to double check. But I would have to I gotta be on my own time to do that. Flacco wasn't even trying on the Bengals last drive. It was nasty work. Y'all saw that? Of course not. I don't know why people think Flacco's some type of a savior or some shit like that. Well, we find some. Shout out to Mark. Shout out to Mark Horse on that one, he says the Patriots are 4-0 versus Atlanta. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys, and make sure you note this, and and we're gonna give Mark the credit for this one. I'm gonna give him the credit on this one. I'm gonna put that in the notes right now. I want to write it down. I don't even want to put it on the computer. I'm writing it down. Versus ATL, right? The Pats are 4-0 versus ATL. So yeah, that's one of the notes that we're gonna take today, y'all. These are one of the notes. Make sure y'all put that down. The Pats are 4-0 versus Atlanta. So this is what I want you guys to do. Take your notes. If you can watch this game, watch it. Or if you watch any pregame that talks about this game, pay attention to it. If you do hear the people that's talking, if you hear them say the Pats are 4-0 against Atlanta, right? If you hear them say that, because they like to put emphasis on certain things they say. If you hear them say that, or if you see them put it on the ticker on the bottom or some shit like that, then you know to take Atlanta. Here's another thing too. Mark also says the Pats are -5.5 right now. I'm taking Atlanta.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm taking Atlanta because what did I tell you guys about? And I think I'm gonna have to do a show about it once again because some of y'all are hard-headed. 5.5. Whenever you see somebody favored at 5.5, what usually happens when they're 5.5? The favorites who are 5.5, what happens? College or NFL. What usually happens? They lose. 5.5 favorites usually lose the game. I repeat, -5.5 favorites usually lose the game. If you are unsure about it, then you can take the underdogs with the spread then, if you don't trust it all the way. But they usually lose 5.5 because 5.5 is a stupid number if you really think about it anyway when it comes to football terms. So that game, I am going to pay close attention to. I'm going to do my own research and see if it's nice. But right now, as it stands, hopefully, and here's another thing too, y'all. I've always told y'all, when you're taking certain spreads, pay attention to the sports book and make sure it stays on that number for a while too. Stop playing. Yeah, come on, you guys know the deal. Just make sure it stays on that number. 5.5. And then do what you will in the game. But to tell you the truth, that's going to be one of the games that we pay attention to. Shout out to Mark on that one. Right? Let's just hopefully hope it stays. And you know what? I can double check while I'm live with y'all too. Not saying I don't trust him, but I don't know what book. Yeah. He's right. He's right. Falcons is a 5.5. Now, what I usually do is I check the two. I check FanDuel and DraftKings side by side. Because there's another clue I learned, which I can't tell you. I wish I can, but a little something that I've been learned. It's a little, and you can. It's usually a dead giveaway. 95% of the time. Notice how I said 95 and not 100. Let's see something. Oh man, see. Mm. Mm. Later on in this week, when we go live, we're gonna have to have a chat about this game, Mark. I noticed something that I want to tell you guys, but I gotta see if it fixes itself. I'm sorry, I can't even get my words out.
Are you fucking serious?
I want to see if it fixes itself because today's still Sunday. We didn't hit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday yet, or Thursday. There's something that I see that's very suspect that I want to tell you, but I can't speak fast. I don't want to be one of those that's speaking out his ass first before it actually happens. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about. You see what I'm talking about, right? You see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, you know what's so crazy, Mark? I don't think you was following me around the time I gave the whole lesson about 4.5. I did that 2024, like the first half of 2024. I told my guys, listen, whenever you see 4.5, whenever you see a 4 and it stays on a 4, you take that favorite. That goes for basketball and football. Whenever you see a straight 4 and it stays there, take that favorite. Take that favorite. I don't know how many times somebody came back to me and said that's not true and they lost. Majority of the time, I literally think majority of the time, whenever it stays on 4, they have won. Right? Now, but I told them whenever you see a 4.5 and it stays on a 4.5, right? That's when you got to be careful. Chances are the dog might win outright or cover the game. You see what I'm saying? So if the 4.5 been a little bit tricky lately, right? But if it still stands to be true for this game, I probably see Atlanta not blowing them out, but beating the Patriots comfortable. I probably see them beating the Patriots comfortable, being that line is not consistent. You get what I'm saying, Mark? So the 4, if it stays on the 4, stays, boom, you take you take that favorite. But in this case, this is something different. This is a 4.5, and then you got FanDuel with a 5.5. Now, if I can be right, chances are the Falcons is just win outright. If that's the case, because 4.5 to a 5.5, it can be risky if the game ends on 5. But let's just keep it real too, y'all. Games hardly end on 5. That's the reason why I never understood a 4.5 or a 5.5 spread. Somebody's just usually gonna get blown out, right? So we're gonna keep an eye on that, right? So let's make sure we do that. So that's another clue. Anybody that's watching, you're tuned in to Rig Scripted and Fix. You can be anywhere in the world, but you here with me, and I appreciate all y'all. And that's what we do over here. We give gems, what to look out for, because we all know about the rigging, we all know about the scripting, we all know about the fixing. So when you're here, it's how do we take advantage of it? That's what this is about. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And also too, for the people that do have a membership, I'm still giving it a thought if I want to move another membership straight to the YouTube. But I do like you guys going to the site and getting the membership, because it's like straight direct to consumer. That's how I like doing it, right? But I'm still may want to have something for whatchamacallit in itself, for YouTube in itself. So I'm still thinking about that, right? Once this channel grows, I tell you this, once this channel grows, I'm gonna have a big membership. Now the big membership is going to be, obviously the picks. The picks should be the same, but you also get a merchandise. You get a piece of merchandise mailed out to you every time you renew. Every time you renew, you get a piece of merchandise. Right? So that's what we're working on. has to grow. Once it hits a certain amount of subscribers, I'll tell you this: when we hit 3K, right? When we hit 3K subscribers, that's going to be one of the memberships. And I have to make sure I let you guys know what it is. That way I don't duplicate and send you the same thing that you already had got in the previous month. So that's something. Once we hit 3K, we're going to celebrate and we're going to do that. There's going to be one membership, one of the memberships. You get everything, right? But I also give back. See, this ain't just about putting money in my pockets. I gotta swag y'all up with some rig scripted and fixed gear. You know that. Y'all gotta be looking nice and neat with that. Gotta give y'all that. Right? So 3K and that, yeah, the 3. We gonna celebrate, right? And I want y'all to jump aboard that membership too. And get that. And it's gonna be sent to you and a guarantee. Right? Whatever. Give me the color, let me know the color scheme, all that, blah, blah, blah. But you know, this is what I just need you guys to pay attention to next week. Next week should be interesting. So that Patriots and Falcons game, I am going to pay attention to it. I think you guys need to pay attention to it too. And I remember last year I was supposed to start a league. Yeah, I remember, right? But I see that now that it's growing, I'm starting to see more people in the chat. There's other people that don't chat, they just watch. Shout out to y'all too. But the more people that do come in the chat, if y'all active, I want to start a league. I want to start a league, right? But I know everybody's schedules is different and things like that. But I do want to start a type of a league, Everybody gives their picks, all games. And I'm having you face off. Like say for instance, I may have okay, the last 2 people that commented just now is Mark. So you got Mark Horse versus Trey Finesse. Those are one of the matchups in week 1, right? Finesse gives me all his picks. Mark gives me all his picks. All the picks will be posted up. However, right? Whoever wins the most games that week, obviously, is the winner. If they have the same amount of wins, right? It's gonna end up a tie. You're gonna do it just like the way the NFL would do it. It's gonna be a tie. There's gonna be tie breakers. That's only in the playoffs, though. That's the only way you can have tie breakers, right? But I already have the league written down, so I'm not even worried about like someone stealing it and shit like that. I just have to go. I have to have a certain amount of people though, right? And that's what we'll do. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it could be week 1. Also, you got my man Reckless versus Buck, right? And then Buck will end up going against Trey Finesse the next week. You just like a regular schedule, right? And then we'll have the playoffs. Now the people who do bad, you can't make it to the playoffs. Same shit. And then the winner in the end obviously gets a prize. Or and gets a nice box sent to them. Shit like that. We want to make this a community here. That's what we want to do here. Right? So I just want to let everybody that's watching know that it's just not about you guys watching. I want you a part of it, to learn shit as well. Because this is rigged, people. It's scripted and it's fixed. We're not trying to shut it down, but we just telling you how to take advantage of it. It's there. It's take advantage of it. It's there. That's it. It ain't gonna hurt the books. It's not like we have 1 million people on the wave. No, we don't. But the good thing is the ones we do have, just the information we have, boom, bring that out. Let's go. Certain shit I see, I love to share it. I don't want to keep it. Because I told you what my gripe is when it comes to sports. My gripe about sports is the media and also the players, when it's time to talk to them, they talk like this shit is genuine. To me, I don't like it. Now, somebody can say, yo, don't watch them. Don't watch them. Yeah, but my whole gripe is just the way they talking. They talking like it's real. We see what the NBA is going through right now, whether it's the league as a whole or whether it's the players doing that themselves. We see what's going on right now. So why take this team serious? Why take this player serious if you know they don't have no intentions on trying to win the game? I plan on getting hurt today because I have a player prop of over 16 and a half points. So you know what? When I hit maybe like 11 points, I'm going to go out of the game. You guys know that. You may not want to like admit it, but that's how it is now. Whenever you watch, you got to watch with a side eye. You don't know how true it is. Right? Fake. Yo, I think even for the people that already know it's rigged, you still feel uncomfortable watching it even more with the fact that the NBA themselves put it out. When the own league and the news the league outlets is putting it out, you like, damn, it's a waste of time, right? We want to take advantage of it. You expect me to believe the Dolphins are better than the Falcons? You talking about today's game, right? Now we're all of a sudden with let me tell you something. When it comes to Dolphin games, you got to be careful when to bet them, when to even pay attention to their games. I'm so serious. Like, you got to go in and out with them. You got to be careful whether they bad or good. It's just certain games, right? Like I always say, if this is so-called real, if it's so-called real, they win games they not supposed to. They lose games they not supposed to. Quote unquote, if they're so real, right? That's the reason why we question this shit. Yeah, that Jets game, I called that shit. As soon as I got the news right and I put it out to y'all, right? On the YouTube. I said I'm taking it, and I took it. I put it in three different parlays, and all the parlays hit too. By the way, that's how confident. I didn't even take the 5.5. Yeah, and the Jets was 5.5 too. People, the Jets was 5.5, and I just spoke about it a couple of minutes ago. Whenever you see the 5.5, what you do, you take that team with the money line. If you feel uncomfortable with it, maybe you may take them with the spread in the 5.5. Okay, but for all that, just take them straight money line. The Jets was 5.5 for a big while too. It kind of stayed there for a good amount of days, right? I've been felt because the whole thing with the what's his name with the Flacco thing. I have this thing. Y'all see, there's a video I have about Flacco when he was with the Browns, whatever. Still have that up there. It's a fraud. Said Jets not. I don't think the Jets is gonna lose. And then I said nah, something not right. And then Justin Fields is gonna come back in because that was announced before today, right? Duh. I said, oh, he's gonna come back in. Something tells me the Jets is gonna win. The way everything is aligning, this is before the news of Eric Mangold passing away. I felt something funny about that game anyway. And then when I got the news, I said, oh, hell yeah. This is definitely aligning for the Jets. That whole, everything aligns up. Him passing away with the state of Ohio and Justin Fields and former this and former that. You guys know. I saw some of you guys um messages in the beginning. Like, bro, I saw it all. I said I'm taking the Jets money line. Fuck the spread. It's aligning. Maybe you could take it once again if you're a little nervous. Take the money line. They're gonna win the game. Now that was a little bit of a sweat. I'm not gonna lie when they came back. You know, it was a little bit of a sweat, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, nah, this game over. And then, like I said, maybe I don't know, 45 minutes ago, 39-38. People, if you add that up, 39 plus 38, for those that don't know, those that missed it, that gives you 77 points. 7 plus 7 equals what? What's the title of this show? This ain't no conspiracy theorist shit. It's real. It's not a conspiracy if the shit is happening right in front of you. The whole purpose of this shit is to take advantage of it. Nothing else. It ain't about making any player look bad, and it just take advantage. Don't let your heart think with your head. Don't use your heart when it comes to professional sports. That's what this whole thing is about. 39-38. Add that up, 77. That's 2 sevens. 2 times 7 or 7 plus 7, 14. Are we gonna see a 1 versus 4 this year in the Super Bowl? Are we gonna see a 2 versus 7 in a Super Bowl? Are we gonna see, even though this is a reach, are we gonna see a 7 plus 7, a 7 versus a 7 in the Super Bowl? 1 versus 4, 2 versus 7, 7 versus 7. Y'all may say that's a reach. The last one can be a reach. That's fine. That's fine. But are we going to see one of those 3? That's what I want to know. Gotta pay attention. Right? That's it. I know you still got the 3s, right? The 2 seeds. Well, I told you 2 versus 7, right? Or 1 versus 4. I told you. But I know you still got 5 seeds. Like I said, if none of those seeds win, then we might see a 5 seed win the championship. Seriously. If we don't see a 1 and 4, a 1, 4, 2, or 7, then we're gonna see a 5. I'm not really banking on a 1. Nah, yeah, I just fucking said that. I'm not banking on no 6 or 3 winning this year. If it happens, it happens. But I'm not really banking on seeing one of those seeds win, a 6 or a 3. I don't see a 6 or 3 winning this year. If I'm wrong, listen, y'all can come back to this. I was wrong. I said I don't see it unless when the second half of the season, I see some different clues. I try to tell y'all that. If I see some different clues, I gotta rock with it. And I'll be the first to let you guys know what it is. But till today, so far, with October 25th, I don't see 6 or 3 winning right now. It could be a 1 seed versus 4 seed, one of those win. A 2 versus 7, one of those win. Right? And it could be a 5 winning the Super Bowl going against any seed. Doesn't even matter. But the 5 can win. That's what I'm saying. I'm sticking with that. I would like to see 1 versus 4, 4 versus 1 more than 2 versus 7. Let me get a 1 versus 4. Or if worst comes to worst, out of all of those, a 5 seed wins the championship. I'm telling you, I cannot wait till these playoff seedings come out. Y'all gonna see. I promise y'all. I promise y'all. I do. We had to get that out the way. The 14 is there, y'all. And we're not done with the 14 because we have to have even more shows. Now, for everyone that's new, go back and listen to the other prior shows about the 14 because it's there. I don't know what it is. I don't know the real reason for it. You know, the number 14 also stands for Cardinals. At some point, I was giving the Cardinals some love, but we already know how that turned out. Once again, I know there's two halves of the season, but I don't know. You know, we still got to do a part 2 of Professional Sports' Fate. Got to do that this week. Of course, we're not done with that. We're not done with that one at all. Oh, my fault. I was reading something. Oh yeah. Shot. I mean, I said the Broncos got to win so they can stay afloat of the division. Right? I said that they on top of the division. Let me tell you something. When certain teams lead the division, they don't just take an L right away. And I'm giving y'all so many fucking gems, yo. So man, god damn it. Hey, I've been right about every team that got on top of their division, on top of the conference, and they was able to stay afloat maybe just a couple of weeks. That's how it goes. The AFC West is very interesting. Are we going to see 3 teams out of 7 teams that get a playoff spot? Are we going to see 3 of them in there? Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers? We're going to have to see. We're not going to have that conversation until maybe after week 9. So after next week, then that can be one of our shows we do. The week, right after that Sunday/Monday. I want to see something because I'm thinking that I have this feeling that we might see 3 out of 7 teams in the AFC conference might be the AFC West if anything was to happen. I don't think it's going to be in no other conference, but let's see what next week does. Remember, a lot of money was on the Broncos to win the division too. Remember, they've been a little shaky, but now things are starting to get into place, right? I don't know. Listen, I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm not a Broncos fan. Not a Chargers fan like that. I'm not a fan of no one, but I'm just saying, I didn't have money on the Broncos to go far, but I'm starting to see some type of a trend going on. And I think, like I said, the second half, they're going to fix themselves. We got to take advantage of that. We got to see. Are we going to see 3 teams make it to the playoffs? Because if that's the case, you can take the Chiefs, you can take the Broncos, and you can take the Chargers to all win the championship. Not win the championship. To make it to the playoffs, you might get some good odds. I like what you said, Reckless, about Shedeur Sanders starting against the Ravens. If they smart, that's what they should do. Shedeur Sanders is starting against the Ravens. Team that he quote unquote should have been on or whatever, right? That'll be perfect. Shedeur Sanders against the Ravens. And make sure Lamar's playing on that one too. The NFL, if they smart, they can't fuck that up. Deion Sanders' last game was as a Raven against the Browns. I think we may see that. And I think the Browns are going to start off hot, but I think the Ravens will probably win a close one. When it's time to meet that, that's going to be a good... I mean, they might as well at this point. So you know what? This was a good, great-ass live, y'all. Right? Tomorrow we're gonna hop on live. We're gonna talk about some shit. Right? Got another little topic. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and all that. Right? Watch the playback. For anybody that's new to it too, you're gonna see most of this video, all this stuff on the live section, not the video section. I have to upload or unprivate a lot of videos I already have in the chamber. It's just I have to wait for certain things to happen first in order to let it go. Right? Because I already have them ready to go. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, tomorrow we are back live. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. This was a good one. So I hope y'all feel good about the number 14 just a little bit. Right? I just hope y'all do. Gave a little bit more clarity about the number 14. So I need to know, is it rigged? Is it scripted? Is it fixed? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. You tell me. See you on the next one.